Welcome to what is happening in today with Crowning Thoughts. Santiago D.C. Maria Truth Speaker.
Trump's Super Bowl meltdown backfires. Big time, listen up. Folks, Donald Trump just can't handle the heat when the spotlight shines on real culture and pride. That Super Bowl halftime show exploded with Bad Bunny owning the stage, decked out in dances and costumes straight from Puerto Rico's soul. Those weren't just flashy moves, they were a bold shout-out to the island's roots. The vibrant rhythms of bomba and plena, the colorful vejigante masks, and traditional attire that scream heritage and resilience. Puerto Rico's history is woven into every step, every beat, representing a people who have endured colonialism, hurricanes, and systemic neglect, yet rise with unbreakable spirit. Bad Bunny didn't just perform, he reclaimed space for Latino excellence in front of millions, flipping the script on erasure and turning the Super Bowl into a platform for cultural power. And Trump, he loses his mind over it, spewing negativity like the bitter has-been he is. Zero respect from a guy who spent his life bulldozing over anyone not in his mirror. Trump's rants against Bad Bunny aren't about art or entertainment, they're pure disdain for anything that doesn't bow to his whitewashed, America First fantasy. He trashes Puerto Rican pride while pretending he's the defender of real Americans. News flash, Donnie, Puerto Ricans are Americans, full stop. They've fought in our wars, built our communities, and enriched our culture, but you've treated them like second-class citizens. Remember tossing paper towels like it was a game after Hurricane Maria. That disaster killed thousands, left families in the dark for months, and exposed your administration's criminal incompetence. Yet here you are, years later, still vomiting hate at a celebration of their identity. It's not just ignorant, it's deliberate racism masked as opinion. Trump's got no room to critique anyone's representation when his own track record is a dumpster fire of division and bigotry. But let's flip this hypocrisy wide open. While Trump clutches his pearls over Bad Bunny's authentic Puerto Rican flair, costumes that honor folklore like the Coqui frog symbols and vibrant carnival vibes, he's out here propping up Kid Rock like some twisted role model. Yeah, the same Kid Rock who belts out lyrics romanticizing sleeping with 14-year-olds in songs like Picture or his early tracks dripping with predatory vibes. We're talking about a dude whose music catalog includes lines that normalize underage exploitation, all while he poses as the voice of Heartland values. Trump endorses this clown, invites him to rallies, slaps him on the back like they're kindred spirits. Kid Rock's concerts are filled with Confederate flags, misogyny, and faux patriotism, yet Trump's all in. Why? Because it fits his brand of toxic masculinity and white grievance. But when a Latino superstar like Bad Bunny reps his roots with pride, drawing from Puerto Rico's African, Taino, and Spanish influences, blending reggaeton with traditional folk elements, Trump calls it trash. The double standard reeks. It's not about morality for Trump, it's about control. He boosts white mediocrity while demonizing brown and black excellence. Kid Rock gets a pass for his creepy anthems because he's part of the MAGA echo chamber, ranting about cancel culture while ignoring his own problematic history. Meanwhile, Bad Bunny's performance was a masterclass in empowerment, featuring dancers in elaborate bombachas and turbans, evoking the island's Afro-Caribbean legacy and tying into global Latinx movements for justice. Trump's attack isn't critique, it's cultural warfare aimed at diminishing anyone who doesn't fit his narrow, outdated vision of America. And here's the gut-punch truth we all need to keep front and center. When Trump hurls insults, they land like wet noodles because we know exactly who they're coming from. This is the man accused by dozens of women of sexual assault, the guy who bragged on tape about grabbing women without consent. Remember Epstein's Island? Trump's name popped up in those flight logs, rubbing elbows with a convicted child trafficker. And Mar-a-Lago. That gilded swamp was ground zero for his shady dealings, where underage girls were allegedly preyed upon in his orbit. Think of the beauty pageants he owned, walking into dressing rooms unannounced on teens. We're not speculating. Court documents, testimonies, and his own words paint a damning picture. Trump settled a lawsuit over child rape allegations tied to Epstein, and his locker room talk excuses don't wash away the pattern. So yeah, when he trash talks Bad Bunny or Puerto Rican culture, we laugh it off. At least Bad Bunny isn't dodging subpoenas for hush money to porn stars or facing trials for election interference. Trump's insults are irrelevant noise from a serial offender whose moral compass points straight to his ego. We've got the receipts. 34 felony convictions, impeached twice, incited a deadly insurrection. His tough guy. Act crumbles under scrutiny. He's the ultimate snowflake, melting down over a halftime show that celebrated diversity while he clings to his beans like Kid Rock, whose songs glorify underage hookups as rebel behavior. Kid Rock's Bawit Daba era was all shock value, but tracks like American Bad Ass hide the sleaze in plain sight. Trump loves it because it mirrors his own avoidance of accountability, but Puerto Rico's representation. That's pure strength, roots in resistance against oppressors like Trump himself, who delayed aid, insulted leaders, and treated the island like a colonial afterthought. Bad Bunny's set was a reminder. Culture thrives despite haters. Trump's rage just exposes his fragility. Puerto Rico has his own culture. Love, peace, and unity. We will never be like Babylon. This Super Bowl blow-up in Trump's face is poetic justice. While he fumes from his golf cart, Bad Bunny's influence soars, streaming numbers spike, cultural conversations ignite, and young Latinos see themselves validated on the biggest stage. Trump's negativity only amplifies the message. Puerto Rican pride isn't going anywhere. It's embedded in the music, the dances, the costumes, from the Planeros' panderetas to the Vegigantes' horns. Trump's disrespect, it's fuel for the fire. We remember his paper towel toss, his nasty jabs at San Juan's mayor, his botched recovery efforts that left 3,000 dead. Contrast that with Kid Rock's free pass, despite lyrics like in Podunk evoking rural debauchery that skirts too close to exploitation. Trump's selective outrage is textbook hypocrisy. He bashes immigrants and minorities while cozying up to predators in his circle. Epstein's Black Book had Trump's number, multiple entries, folks. Mar-a-Lago parties. Infamous for the elite's dark underbelly. So next time Trump opens his mouth about bad influences, remind him, at least we're not the ones with a trail of abuse allegations. His words are worthless, drowned out by the beats of real progress. Get a life and find Jesus. The real Jesus, not your fabricated Jesus. I love you all. I appreciate every one of you, and I thank you for your time. Stay blessed. Feel free to follow for more words of wisdom and prayers. Feel free to subscribe so that you never miss my posts, and feel free to comment. Love always. Santiago, DC, Maria.